Hello. I'm going to present like a summary of my research that I have been doing this semester. And first, the title that I decided to put. Uh, I have a extends a not precise topic, well, space in which the topic is was going to be studied, but with help of my teacher, I got the idea of where I could do the investigation. And well, first, the effectiveness. The title is the effectiveness of narcomarketing in students at high school in preparatoria número uno extensión, preparatoria número 2 extensión, and preparatoria número 12 from the Autonomous University of Zacatecas. I choose these mm, these these high schools, because the difference, as my teacher told me, the difference that these areas has are can present different results in what they perceive as attractive, and how effective it can be depending on those areas. So then we have the research question: why the narcomarketing has a high effectiveness in students? As I mentioned, from those preparatories, those high schools, and specifically how it contributes to violence, because these arrests are from Zacatecas. That is, as I mentioned in the investigation, this this is one of the main areas in which the narcos work, because of their the, its geographical position. So I want to understand why why and what they found attractive, and how it can be like reduced. The general objective, as I mentioned, is analyzing and comprehending how the world perception of the narcos figure has a great impact in how the students perceive them. Because at first we have our own opinion of what they do, and even in here, without the social media, we had an idea that was not really clear. And for example, we conceive them as people that has dairy business that are not very friendly. And if you don't um, if you don't like intervene in what they are doing, you're not going to be in trouble. But if you do something that they don't like, you're going to, well, to have a bad experience. And then with the social media, they are showing a different image of what they do. They are only showing this hedonistic image of money, um, even girls or boys, and guns. They just show off, and they keep doing it. And I want to conscientize and prevent in some way that this discourse that they are showing um, can trespass or can come across to our realities, and perceive them as a good idea or a good option to well, to work in. Yes. Then we have the specific objectives I have reduced them because of the long of this video. But one of them is identify cultural factors contributing to narco-marketing effectiveness. In the research, I want to investigate which other factors that are not directly related to the drug trafficking, like familiar problems, like um, certain issues that we can develop in our culture that has that is impregnated with racism and classism and sexism and many others misconceptions of some some things. But pues sí, vaya. Then we have examine students' attraction to cartel lifestyles. Because, as I mentioned, they are only showing a part of this image of what they do. They are showing the good part, and they want to make believe that the people that see these videos, that it is only good. They are only receiving money. They are only traveling. They are only like living a good life, but they they are only making they only want to make people feel interested on them and become a part of this organization. Then we have analyzed narco-marketing's role in normalizing violence. As I mentioned, this the main tool is social media, and they have post videos about assassinations and all of type of these violent actions, and they recorded and posted, and through it we can prefer we can decide to not seeing these videos, but sometimes it's difficult, and through that they are making us feel like numb when we see this image, and we normalize it. Then we have clarify distinctions between narcoculture and narcofictions, and this is a point that is very important because most of the times mm, we con- we are confusing these two topics because we believe that narcoculture and narcofictions are the same, but no. The guy that is singing that they are having a car and they have AK-47, AK-47, and mm, and all of this stuff, they are singing and presenting something that they don't really know, and I want to make a distinction of it. And then the contextualization, well, we have been involved in this type of culture, and even if we are not directly connected, we have perceived and we have seen how they influence and how they can change the perception that the population has, and then they change the discourse and make and try to make the government to be seen as the bad side, and then they are like the good and the social aware groups and companies that are even greater and mm, good and better than the others. So that's the thing. Then we have some key concepts that are narco marketing, sorry, narcoculture, narcofiction, drug cartels, hedonism, narco, alucin, buchona, and narcostatic that represent that are more are some of the topics that are I talk more about. And That's a quick summary of what is in the investigation, and I I would like to keep doing this research because of the importance and the impact that if it has diffusion, how they can change the perception that the as the same as they do, we can maybe change the perception that the people has of them again, and to make it this mm, a distinction of about these concepts. And that's all.